Oh, my stomach's hurting. I'm hungry.
Oh, my guy, he's drunk.
You can't
I'm pissed up where I don't know. You see that shit, James? It's fucking funny. Fucking wobbling all over the place, man.
I bet your vision's gone right blurry.
It has as well, you know. I'm fucking wobbling all over the shop.
I watched one of the streamers fucking trying to play dice while he was pissed in a monastery.
In a fucking monastery.
Yeah, and he couldn't see the fucking dice numbers.
I've come in the name of Sahanish of
He was like, shit, what am I gonna do? I'm meant to beat these fuckers.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, I know. I don't know where he's got that.
I'm just looking for a fucking shovel at the minute.
This Lou Washer was murdered.
Need to dig up a grave.
And a beast. And lazy too. Idle hands are the devil's tools.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Yeah, it's a bit glitchy at the minute, like, but once you see past all that shit, you're fucking well away, I tell you.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Still looking for a shot.
The only thing seems suspicious is how a rogue like him suddenly started going to church. Now I see why, of course.
About Ratty.
Do you know what Lou Bosch was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
What do
I'm streaming, by the way, Scotty.
I was glad he stayed out of my way.
Sound.
Yeah.
That's all.
You what? Yeah. And I'm fucking pissed up still. Try to get back on my horse. On pebbles.
Yeah. Riding a horse in first person, that is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm fucking drunk as well.
You're pissed up trying to ride an horse.
I can't see what the fuck I'm doing or where I'm going. I know I'm gonna have to wait for this drunkenness to pass before I start riding again. Let's give it till... I know, I'll end up fucking drowning.
Dog's barking at me. Will you stop barking at me, dog? Be good. I need to find a shovel. Go find me a shovel, dog. Plenty.
Wait. Nah, I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a bit, like. Just chilling. Because I don't want to ride that horse drunk, it's fucking weird. It's, you know what it is? It's that fucking, you know that save your snaps, James? To save your game?
Yeah.
It gets you fucking drunk as a skunk when you next log in.
Nice.
But how beautiful are them graphics, Scott? It's funny when you get in a fight, you actually bleed and shit and get bruised up. So you have to like patch your wounds up and wash your face and whatnot to get all the blood off. Don't see something brutal. Look at this guy. Basically your parents have been murdered in a war. In the middle of a war. And you basically got a path to revenge, but you've got the freedom to do whatever you want. You can join a monastery and become a monk. You can join the army and become a soldier. You could be a royal guard to like a chief or something like that, which I am right now. I don't think it is. Oh no, I don't think it is multiplayer. I think it's single player. Whoa.
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Leipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhoff, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about her, but ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself,
Looks what?
even in the tavern.
Oh, he is. He's pissed up, isn't he?
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
He's got a hangover, so he'll be all droopy and shit.
He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith.
Yeah, the graphics are fucking amazing. There's some parts where it struggles, so the graphics will go a bit poo for a couple of seconds and then they'll go sick again.
Each, I'm gonna quickly go and see what this fucking Smash wants. I won't be along.
Smash?
It was only a shadow against
yeah.
the sky.
What the fuck is that?
Do you know
he's an American.
With, relatives and friends?
Oh, Smash the ball.
Not anyone from the village.
Yeah.
He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said
much. In a bit.
See you in a bit, mate.
That's all. Thank you.
Nah. It's a fucking awesome game though, this as well.
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating.
I'm just doing some detective work for that poor cunt that's all chopped up.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith.
Yeah, your decisions affect how it'll be. Yeah. Fucking, it's like at the beginning you can choose to say when the war's going on, you can choose to save this woman from being raped, and you'll be known as a hero or a coward. And my character's known as a hero, and James is as a coward because he didn't fucking help her.
That's all. Thank you.
But I can literally fucking. I can do whatever I want. I can be a street fighter. I can be a thief, a murderer, assassin, royal guard, whatever really. And what? I need to go to that other town and see what this other mission is. Talk to the priest. Yeah, I'll go talk to the priest. What the fuck is me all stuck? But it's shit like that. Look, you can see the rain on your gauntlets and shit. Hmm. I know, yeah. It's like, where's this cunt going? Only a little loss.
Is someone with...
It's Saturn 1403. No dog. Like dogs. Right. Oh no. I need to go in that church. What the fuck? What the fuck is the priest doing? Practicing his swordplay.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
I know.
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances. And this is one of them.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that, when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can, because if I broke that...
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for the massacre. If I don't find out who it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confession. Suppose we talk it over in the evening.
All right. Thank you, Father.
I don't know, to be honest with you, bro. Are you still watching there? Nice. Just coming up to the... Yeah, they do get pretty nasty, don't they, your pads? I always take my PS4 apart as well and clean the insides out. Yeah. It's mad how detailed this shit is. Am I meant to be in this part of it? Oh, yeah. Have I got anything I can cook on there? I'm in a private area. Ooh. I'm in an area where I shouldn't be. I'm in the innkeeper's fucking bedroom there. Yeah. Pitlock all these boxes and that. I think I've hurt my foot. Let's see what's hurting my character at the minute. Buffs. Overeating, injured right leg, injured... Yeah, I fucking hate my legs. Yeah. Got food that you have to eat. Oh shit. Something about that. I'm already fucking full. Yeah, I've cut an ear off one of my kills as well, look. I cut an ear off a guy who I killed. Say again, sorry? I can fucking sell it if I want to. I know. Yeah, you can pretty much talk to everybody, yeah.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well.
Families.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Sir Hanush gives a job like
I need to invite him in the party.
Like you? Well, why care?
Forage.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
He what?
Have you noticed anything?
I didn't see much.
No, I thought that when I first read it. I was like, what the fuck's you on about?
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin. I never saw him with anyone.
That's all. Thank you.
Hello there, maid.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Who was this Lubosh who was?
You could...
Come on.
Have you noticed anything?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to...
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you. Can I sleep here?
I suppose I could find something. For how long?
Just the one night?
No problem, but you pay in advance.
Here you are.
You've got it all to yourself. No one will disturb you.
Where do I go to sleep?
You'll have no trouble finding it. Right inside the door to the building, there's a ladder up to the loft. Your bed's ready there, and a trunk for your belongings.
Yeah. It's been a hard day's forage. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? I can't get up in the loft.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There's a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovno. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujit, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Neuhof? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumors aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarreled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claim. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions, because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where else do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits is in Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And of course describing them in detail. The tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague. in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable
just a
well
pub talking to a priest.
The church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive fur. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Seems I'm going out tonight.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Who preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor? Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them.
Yeah,
I drink with them and curse those
got it. Oh, fuck it out. Let's up a pub and then think, back to me brothers for a smoke.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man.
What do you mean?
A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for...
The man don't. See yet.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. Mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken
on his way soon,
yeah, unless they burn.
But the roads are bad, so it could be an hour or two yet.
Burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
I know, mate. Wait till it's so dead lately.
I've been morally uplifted enough.
I've been just me and James today, waiting for folk. Come on.
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
I don't know why it's gone so dead, bro. It's anybody's guess, really.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Having a piss up with a fucking priest in a pub. Best be careful, he might try and fucking bum me. He's got all the wenches around him. He ain't no normal priest. Do you know? Yeah, that'll be tonight, mate, that. Having a fuck, you want to see the piss up here, Scott? It looks funny as fuck. Fell off my chair.
Enough of this! Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men!
The priest's fucking wise ass. Hey up. I'm getting thrown in fucking jail.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
I'm coming. Looks like we're fighting the fucking sheriff and his boys. Come on then, motherfucker. I'm having a fucking bar brawl outside, bro. Don't be pausing so you can watch. So, what are you going to watch this real quick? Yeah. I'm just pausing it for you now. I've just had a piss up in the pub with that priest, and curfew's long gone, so the sheriff's come and kicked us out, so we're having a fight with him. But the graphics are fucking nuts, man. Look, see this guy, he's getting bloody and shit from my punches. Ah, yeah, you're a couple of seconds behind, aren't you? Let me just kick me in the face. He's trying to do some Jackie Chan shit on me. What the fuck's he doing? Who's the guy the priest fighting? Woo! Shit! Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'll just punch him fuck out the fucking guy now. Go on, punch him.
Thou shalt not hurt thy neighbor, fucker.
Oh shit. I'm getting punched from behind. Now the fight's over.
So, my dear, would you like to have
Climb the bell tower.
No sooner said than done.
Oh, we got two bitches with us.
To. And Henry too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're...
Looks like we're taking two birds back to bang in the church.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
He's got his ball out, hasn't he? Tugging on his ball.
This is wonderful.
He's thrown up out the window.
Ah, bloody hell.
And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Well, seems we got us underway there. Yeah, we sure did.
Come here.
He's fucking banging her, look.
Has mounted up. What do you say, Henry?
Ooh,
Shall we
titties.
take a little ride of our own?
Yeah, the priest banging her. No, my man's getting his underway. Go on, son. Good. I woke up in a sheet in a field. What the fuck? Look at this guy. He's getting mad. He's like fucking Trevor Phillips or some shit.
Well, I have to say that was a fine
evening. It's fucking great, this game is, man. And we're both fucking passed out in his fucking thing again. He must have been a couple of day wrecker there.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fuck it out.
Where the...
Yeah, that was definitely a heavy one there. Smashing some beds in the church, isn't that?
Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. Oh my guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck?
Where the fuck am I?
Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you.
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose it's Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it if you stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Right.
Yeah, you get levels and drinking,
Can't make
yeah.
any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do, exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubos.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
I've got to deliver a fucking sermon now. Jesus this, Moses that. Satan hit me with the wiffle ball bat. But has the Lord ever done anything for us? Has he put a Ferrari in my fucking driveway? The Lord help my son get off drugs. No, ma'am, your son was better off on the drugs, believe me. At least when he was smoking hashish, used to make me laugh every once in a while. Fucking look at him here, wobbling all over the shop.
I thought he'd never show up. The swole.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up. I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemoration.
He was about to drink the fucking wine then.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor
Yeah, for you, mate.
of meeting Henry from
Sound.
Scotland, who's here at the behest of Sir Hanu
Yeah, man.
to investigate that
Sound,
heinous
mate.
crime at Neuhof.
See you later, bro.
You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where by the grace of God,